Perfect. Now it's recording. This is what I came up based on the like you know, right? The COVID has changed the overall perspective of the businesses, people, process, and technology. And also right before going to that few housekeeping things, as you know, right, there are limited people. I want to this session to be very interactive. So let's talk about the kind of interactive session. Then me speaking, and then any doubts, you just open it and then you just speak and ask any questions is absolutely fine. There is no hard and fast rule, right? I speak and then at the end of the session we are going to have the question and answers. It's not like that. So let's start this exercise then and there itself. Any questions, please unmute yourself and ask the questions. We can have the question and answer sessions at this point of time only. And also any more also, you please unmute and let me know. So said that, let's continue now. So as I was mentioning about before, right, the entire COVID perspective has changed the business mindset now. So you know that's where people are right now thinking about the new normal. I don't know how many people have heard the new normal. Maybe you are hearing for the first time. Digital transformation, industry 4.0, convergence. So these are the new buzzwords which are there in the market, but right now very prominent in today's COVID scenario, the post-COVID scenario. You understand, that the industries are trying to get connected so remotely, because no way today people are going to the businesses, and then the social distancing, everything should be in place. So now industries and businesses are thinking, right, how can I remotely done my business? You take up any industry, guys. That's what I'm just trying to insist you. This particular COVID has disrupted every industry, and every industry is thinking of digitally connected. So that's where the term digital transformation is getting very popular. And the same with industry 4.0. These are two different synonyms. I can use that, but they have to coexist and co-work together. So said that, right, why is the need? That's what we are trying to address the question, right? Why we are, because if you see industry 4.0 was coined some 8 years back, and digital transformation there from the last couple of decades. But the COVID has accelerated the processes of these two technologies. So that's the reason we are absolutely thinking about this concept known as the convergence. Why I'm just using the word data convergence is that, right, because of the technologies right now, in the market are working as silos. Again, repeating you guys, right? That is one of the biggest drawback today. Learners are doing it. Today, each individual is doing it. Our industries are looking at it. They are looking at an individual approach. That's what known as a siloed approach. If you guys are looking at it as, think about holistic approach or as a ecosystem approach. Please, please don't think yourself as a siloed approach. Think about a convergence approach. That's what this entire next 30 to 40 minute session, I will only insist or concentrate on a concept known as convergence, which is known as the data convergence. So you have technologies, though you have different processes, think as holistically. So your mindset perspective should change after this end of this particular session. You should think the problem. That's what you have to address. Every technology with a problem statement. That is one most of the people are not doing that today. Today people are learning technology, just learning technology, and they're trying to hit the market, whether it's a job, whether it's a career opportunity, whether it's a skill or a reskill. Simply learning technology and trying to address, saying that, okay, I am so and so, I am a data scientist, or I am an IoT engineer, or I am a blockchain guy. So you name it. So, but are you trying to address the business problem today? So you have to think in such a way that my problem can be addressed with this technology or not. So your approach should be always with a use case or a case study or a problem statement. and which technology will suffice into it. For example, you take any scenario, whether it is any industry, and you have to think twice, thrice, saying that, hey, can IoT fit into this? Can blockchain fit into this? Can a combination of this give a value? Or this entire digital transformation fit into it? Or Industry 4.0 initiative? So you have to brainstorm it and think in a holistical way. So that's one of the thoughts, thought process thoughts, which we have seen, I have seen in the market, which I'm sharing it with you, which I'm sharing with you. So always it's better to think in holistical way. Said that, right, I will pause here. So I have given a glimpse or essence or gist of what you have to expect and what you people should concentrate going forward, whether it's a career opportunity or upskill, reskill opportunity, or you are looking at a job opportunity, you name anything out of it. So you have to concentrate in that way. So what I will try to do is I will stop it. I'll pause here and I want to hear question and answers from you. So that's what I am also saying. It. The agenda will be right. Maybe I speak for 10 minutes and then I finish off the topic and I will have some question and answers. So that, right, you will understand, right? So rather than hitting at the end of the session, we'll have in bits and pieces, like every 10 minutes I speak, and there can be a 2 to 3 questions, and I will have some 10 to 15 minutes of session, and then you can have a question and answers. So I'll pause here and I would like to hear from you guys any questions.
Thank you, Vijay. This is Devashish here. So first of all, good morning to all. So Vijay, I think your first approach is very, very excellent. Because if we park the question at the end, we may forgot or dilute the topic. So my first question is, see, I am in IT industry since 22 years and presently working as an IT architect, infrastructure architect to be precise. Now the thing is, last couple of years, 4 5 years, I am hearing, I mean, everything have changed in the market. You talk about technology, so now no more people, work in data center or something like that. So everything is going to moving to cloud. Now coming to development software way, it is agile and agile way to do the software industry. CI/CD, everything is changing. Now there is also a concept. See now traditional project manager or roles like architect, I couldn't see. Now everything is digital transformation. Now they are telling digital transformation project manager, digital transformation architect. See, I mean, as an everybody is playing the same role, right? I mean, project manager is doing he is project manager for any project. It may be civil project, it may be a non IT project. Again, coming to IT project, he may be successful, he if he applies the theory and practice of project management. Just an example. Now similar to every IT, whether it is support job or it is a development, IT development. Now how this particular terminology last 4 5 years emerged, and what precisely, what is the combination? I mean, why so much focus on digital transformation? But to me it is looks very fancy. I mean, is it any specific things the industry is trying to address?
Thanks, Abhishek. And it's a very excellent question and relevant question, Abhishek, right? You hit the nail. So, see, like as you rightly mentioned, that right, the last 5 years, this buzzword is there in the market. Everyone is talking about the digital transformation. But if you see, like that was there, and the acceleration is not there. The adoption is very, very less. But if you see for the last 4 5 months, because of this entire COVID perspective, so the digital transformation has put it in an acceleration phase. So that's where the job description has changed from a project manager to the digital transformation project manager or digital transformation architect. So many roles will come like this. Like why? Because is that right? The person who is a project manager, they are thinking that right, who then he has to change himself or like upskill or reskill or transform himself into a digitalized way. His thinking should change. So I assume that you have 20 years of experience is absolutely fine. But you have a traditional way. You are working on a waterfall project methodology. You are working on a siloed methodology, or you are working on phased methodology. You know, right, how a waterfall methodology works.
Absolutely.
People are thinking today, industries are not looking at it. You have to change your way because you have accustomed yourself for the last 20 years in one way. So this digital transformation, the digitalization, they are saying that, okay, join somewhere, learn somewhere, make yourself acquainted for 6 months or 1 year, right? Learn something and transform and say that, oh, I'm having a 20 years of experience, but for the last 6 months, I have accustomed myself to one technology or one source, learned something or implemented something. So I become a digital transformer. So that is what industry is expecting. So definitely you cannot become a 20 years of digital transformation consultant, a digital transformation project manager, because your experience doesn't suffice what the requirement is saying that. So what they mean to you is that that's what the fancier words is coming popularity and reality now. So digital transformation project manager is, yeah, you have a 22 years of project manager experience, but you have a flair of digital transformation into that. Take any industry and you can say that, hey, 20 years I have worked on waterfall methodology, and last 1 or 2 years I worked on agile methodology for a project, for an industry. I have digitally transformed. So I become myself as a digital transformation project manager. It's same with anything, right? It's same with digital transformation architect or digital transformation. So because you have to go with the norm. See, digital transformation something is not totally a new word, a new buzzword. Because the market is driving to that. So we have to accustom to that particular terminology, the Vishesh.
No, tell me one thing, Vijay. My question is, I mean, what the expectation from the industry? I mean, is it now, say, to me, digital transformation, what I understand, what I read about is, just to complete the last mileage. For example, user used to purchase it from retail stores. Now it will be delivered. They can purchase online, and the goods will be delivered to their home. So is it the last mile connectivity, or it is the coordination through IT, try to coordination with all the department so that they can share data and process everything. Earlier that was may not be happening, or happening, all the departments were working in a silos, and they want to join together so that information and other IT flows, services flows across the line of businesses. So is that what digital transformation means?
Yes, Devashish. The first point what you're saying is one of the processes. Like for example, you know, right, that triangle: people, process, and technology. See, what
Correct.
the digital transformation people where you're connecting to the last mile connectivity. As you rightly mentioned and rightly address it, that right, the second point is absolutely the right way. That's what they say, right? Digitized, digitalization, and digital transformation. These are the three ways of becoming a digital transformation. First, you have to get digitized, which is a last mile connectivity. Then you have to transform your entire industry or like the culture, change the culture and becomes a digitalization. And finally, connected the process, like your point number two, becomes a digital transformation. So this is a step-by-step process every industry should follow. So people expect you to know all this, the Vishesh. In you, when you learn all this, right? Yes, how can I transform myself, my industry into these three ways? Yes, I'll make it as digitized. For example, right? I'm using a traditional approach. I'll come and create a website for you. I'll create a front end to you. So that becomes a digitization to me. Example, I'm giving it. So I'm working a mechanic. I'm have a, for example, you're from the industry. I have a lathe machine. I have a CNC machine. I have a blast furnace. I am in from this industry, but machines are mechanical machines. I cannot become a digital. So can I become a digitized machine? For example, today also, right, this because of this IoT, you are saying that tomorrow anything can be tracked. Today you have a furniture at your home. Can you track your furniture? Can you track your appliances? Can you track your assets? So that becomes a digitized. So once the digitize is done, now the digitalization, right? I'm talking about. So now what you try to do is the digitalization is, okay, can this all machines talk each other? Can this all furniture talk each other? Can this all homes talk to each other in a house, right? So that becomes more of a digitalization to me. When you say digital transformation, right, it's an end-to-end last mile connectivity. So from here, right, it has to connect to my, and there has to have a service, right? For example, today my machine is failing, for example, or else, right, I'm saying that, right, I have to, somebody has stolen something from your house, or something has happened to your furniture. So you will get an alert, or you will get some action. You have to take some proper action. So because you're doing a last mile connectivity here, so that becomes a digital transformation too. So if you follow this, all three processes, the Vishesh, then you can say that I am a digital transformation guy.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Vijay. The last question on the topic of, the first about this is, when I try to search the digital transformation topic. So, for example, if I want to be, digital transformation consultant, or digital transformation advisor, things, that kind of
Right.
role. Now, when I search, in YouTube or any Google, if I search on cloud technologies, I will get 1,000 posts. Any other technology, for example, agile methodology, I will get 1,000 posts. When I search for digital transformation, I don't get much, good article, or end-to-end use cases specifically on this subject. That is one thing. And another question is there a certification or standard now we can do to make ourselves, into a digital transformation career path, basically?
You're absolutely right, Debish is right. In the digital side, digital transformation is loosely coupled world. When you say that, when you mention today in the market, as you rightly said it, cloud technologies, IoT technologies, blockchain, and everything you put it, you'll get hundreds and hundreds of like query and answers to you. But when you say digital, as I said, it's an evolving, Debish, right? So you may get, like, you have to wait and watch for this particular thing, because because the right kind of essence, right, you have to do a lot of research. Today there is no platform on the Google which will say that, okay, pull this, right? You have to do a little bit of research and try to address that particular thing. It's an evolving phase too. And coming to your second question, so in this case, what you're saying, the certification, right? Today, the best way of trying to learn is, like, one is the YouTube learning. People go and then they get free, and then there's lot and lots of resources there. But for recommendation, I recommend to go and to check out Coursera. Coursera is giving you a very good digital transformation consultant with audited, with few premium institutes abroad, international. So you can go there and try to check, and then join one of the digital transformation course there, and you'll get certified in digital transformation.
Yeah, I was taking one of the courses actually. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, because IIT is doing, many of the IITs in India is doing, but again they are charging hefty fees of 2 lakh,
Right.
3 lakhs. That's again too much.
No, no, Coursera is right, because you can just take the course and then get audited, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So guys, right, any more questions before I continue? Okay, fine. So fine. So let me see. Dabushe has rightly touched the points, right, which needs to be addressed by digital transformation. So, but this entire session, which I'm going to talk about, right, I'm only trying to address the technological part of it. Why technologies? Because we are surrounded by technology, guys. Like, and like, because the number of years of experience goes more into the business, more into the process. But if you are between a 0 to 5 years, or 0 to 10 years, that's where most of our Indian techie guys are there. So they are into technologies. People try to know on the technology. So what are those technologies, guys? You have to address. You have to see to become like as I said, the digital transformation industry 4.0 is more into the process driven, and that has to be supplemented by a technology. So what are those technologies which you have to know? I mean, see, don't get confused or don't get boggled down with these technologies, but you have to know. I'm talking about these technologies are at least be prevailed in the next 10 years. So you're starting your career and you are looking at, I have to sustain myself for the next 10 years. What should I do? So these are the technologies which I am just putting is saying that, right? Okay. So these are the technologies. I'm making a big screen for you.
Yeah, Gunti, this is Srini here. Can I chip in?
Yeah, tell me, Srini.
Yeah. Hey, good morning to everyone. Yeah, I was just listening to conversation. I was driving, so I could not. Yeah, I
Okay.
think the question was very relevant. What Dave was asking and your reply. What I am seeing is, I'm in Singapore, right? There are a lot of opportunities that is coming for digital transformation. Managers and also engineer. And recently, I've seen that in the last 2 or 3 months, the number of opportunities are there, right? So when I click in and see the job description, right? So it's more like for end user, for example, Novartis in Singapore, they are hiring a digital transformation manager. So they want to digitize their the factory, right? So they wanted to hire a person who has both IT or OT knowledge and have knowledge of cloud technologies, for example. So they are going step by step, and they want to digitize. So I'm seeing this happening, and also it is pushed by the government because the government is asking the industries to improve the efficiency. So, for example, companies that utilize that uses a lot of utilities, right, like steam, gas, water, all these things they wanted to optimize. So the government is giving grants to these companies to optimize and show efficiency improvement. Okay, so that's why they're also hiring people who has got this kind of knowledge about IT and OT, and this particular term they call it as a digital transformation manager or a person. So I see that it is gaining a momentum here.
Thanks, really very nicely articulated, right? You touched the points, right? So that's where what I'm trying to give the essence, right? You have given a nice flavor of in the job description. So that's the need of the day, guys, right? Why should you get to be transformed? So I'll use a word, as I said, you right, digital transformation is a loosely coupled word. Still, I try to mention that, right? So as Srini was mentioning, right, you try to dig into the technological space, right? That's what we are good at it. Like for example, right, the IT OT, which is an IT. Until now, we have seen that the point is information technology. So no one touched it on the operations. Like as an example, I'm just giving you, right? Take any industry, whether it's a steam industry or a manufacturing industry or power industry or whatever it is. So until now, we have not touched the machines. That's what the operation technology is. Can my machines communicate to you? That's what today's machines are dumb machines to me. They are not capable to communicate. So we are using different ways of SCADA technology, if you name it, right? Or you use the different various takes of MES ways to pull the data from the machines. But it's a very hard and fast rule, right? Very typical model. So with this new advent of Industry 4.0 technologies or digital transformation initiatives, so I can connect machines remotely. That's one of the need today. That's why I'm just giving you guys. Definitely you go and see Gartner report, Forrester report, IDC report. The next 2 years, there is a very good revolutionary phase happening into this entire technological space. And they have clearly mentioned that, right? The last 20 years, business was driven, right? Business drives the technology. Business like drove technology. There is a business problem, now the technology. But now, guys, the next 10 years, Gartner is predicting, says that technology will drive the business. Technology is there, for example. From the technology, you have to identify the use cases. Oh, I have AR, VR, which industries will support it? For example, I have IoT, which industries will support it? So that is very, very important. Again, technological, as people will mention, why digital transformation. So this entire transformation, right, to technology transformation business is digital transformation to you. So you have to map it out in such a way that it always address people, process, and technology. Okay, so these are the very, very three important parts. As I was mentioning, right, as correctly said by Srinath, what are those technologies I should learn, I should adopt, I should skill myself to be acquainted to that kind of a role. For example, it's a digital transformation consultant or Industry 4.0 consultant, you name anything. Any aspects I'm just talking about it, which are. So these are all the, at least I'm giving a 15 technological perspective, right, which you should know, and in the entire in the entire digital transformation space. So like, for example, the Internet of Things, which is an industrial Internet of Things and Industry 4.0, digital twins, big data, machine learning. So this is entire holistically technological space, and you check it out, guys, which one you fit into it. I don't want you to know everything or like all technologies, right? You have to jack of all and master of one, for example. So
Yeah, Goodby, I just want to give one more example. Actually, we are, right now trying to digitize a refinery in Malaysia. But, because refinery is, very big thing, right? Oil refinery, for example, in India, we have IOCL, HPCL and all, right? So there is almost no digitization done. It was all on, DCS, distributed control system, and SCADA. And now they want to digitize. So actually there is no goal that is given. And what we are doing is we are trying to get in and see opportunities in refinery where we can digitize and how we can improve their KPIs and other parameters, right? So there is no like a customer specification or request for specification. We are going inside and we are trying to create a project for them actually.
yeah, it's a requirement driven, right? That's what we try to do it. Either we use a problem statement with the customer and ask it, we will address your problem, or we'll take a problem statement because the customer doesn't know, right? See, that's one of the biggest problem today in the market is also, right? Industry doesn't know what is digital transformation. The first question they'll ask, hey, I am doing my regular business, my current business. Tell me, how can I digitally transform? You tell me, rather than we coming up with a problem, we coming with something, right? You addressing that. So that's where you have a vice versa things. So you have to acquaint yourself into that. Absolutely. Like rightly said that, I'll give you one more scenario like this, right, guys? Recently, it's what, like after this COVID, everything is happening. This same example. So the same, like in the IOCL, whatever example, there's a big, like today, there's one of the biggest problem to address that particular thing, right? So now what they're saying is, right, with this technology, right, for example, right, take a drone travels all this 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, which is the biggest pipeline all over places, tracks it out, takes pictures randomly or whatever it is, right? And from that, they will say that there is a leakage or not. So that is one of the very good example, right? Which you can use a combination of technologies. Like, for example, here I have IoT, I have the drones, I have robotics, I have machine learning, I have artificial intelligence, I have AR, VR, so I have blockchain. So it's a combination, right? You have to think holistically there. That's where people are expecting you, right? You have to, and then at the end of the day, you will confine yourself saying that, hey, I cannot be an engineer, right? For example, you're a 1 or 2 years guy. I cannot go back and say that I can master all. So you just said I'm a machine learning engineer. So I get the images. I'll just play around on that. Oh, no, I'm a drone guy. I can do some Python on the drone, for example. Hey, I'm an IoT guy. I can do the connections. So it's up to you where you can fit into the right problem statement.
But one question, Vijay, many of the industry may be using, a combination of many of the technologies. Now, for one person to know, at least for implementation also, to know about blockchain, IoT, big data, machine learning, deep learning, to know everything, like not everything, even 7-8 topics also is a very difficult thing, right?
Yes. Yes, Tabshisha. But I'll give you the same example, right? Good olden days of SAP. You know SAP, right? So SAP is like system applications and products, right? Which is very popular in any ERP industry. SAP has at least 10 to 15 technologies like MM, SD, FI, PP, PM, PS. So there are a lot of technologies. So when the people are learning SAP, they will learn all. Like for example, okay, what does MM do? What does SD do? What does this do? What? So learn all, but after that they'll master one, right? Oh, I'm an MM consultant. I'm an SD consultant. So the same going to happen here also, right? People will learn all these technologies. I know all these technologies. Oh, what is Internet of Things? What is big data? What is deep learning? So out of this, they'll try to some that hey, okay, in this all, I'm a computer science engineer. I am good at this. I want to become a machine learning and deep learning engineer.
Okay.
The roles will be like that.
Okay.
So, but only difference here is good olden days, you're talking about the process. is a process. That's what I'm saying, right? The entire material management, the sales and distribution, the CRM. So that is what is a process driven. But now going forward, it will be technology driven. People will think you say that, hey, are you a computer vision engineer? Are you a machine learning engineer? Are you an engineer? Which will drive. So I will take you, I will use any industry. I have a construction industry. I have this industry. So I will use anywhere. I don't need it. You have to be very specific here. Okay, today you may work on construction industry with this technology. Tomorrow you may work in a different industry. Okay.
Thank you, Vijay.
Perfect. So guys, right? Any questions in this slide before I move to the next slide? Okay, good. So see again, now people, you understood, right? First you have understood the problem, which you have to know, right? Why digital transformation, why industry further. So now we came up with the technologies. Now we'll go a little bit more into the see that what are this roadmap, right? I have to implement it, right? What steps I have to build, what path I have. So this diagram will give you saying that, yeah, one more, right? This is the extension of that, right? What technology I given in a pictographic way so that you understand people, process, and technology are there. So that's not how this digital session. So this is what I'm talking about the diagram, guys. So we come up with the 6s. If you want to implement this entire digital transformation or the aspect of, you have to follow the 6C process. Which these 15 technologies which I'm trying to address, right? It will fit into either one of these all 6s. So you have to come up. That's what I say. Create, collect, communicate, consolidate, conclude, and choice. Self-explanatory. You have to try and address and try to say which my technology. For example, I have to use in Kansas. Hey, it rightly fits into Industry 4.0, the OT, which Srini was talking about. Fits right over there. A collect is nothing but my big data. Communicate is again to me is 5G to me. 5G technology are there coming up. Consolidated is absolutely is kind of things we have to conclude is like AI, machine learning, or whatever. Like so, you can rightly fit all these 15 tech. That's what I always term right. 15 technologies. I only restricted myself for seeing into the market because there are at least so many technologies in the market. You go there and Google it, right? You will have tons of technologies in the digital transformation phase, Industry 4.0 phase. But I have restricted and said that, right? These 15, after doing a lot of research, I have researched on the Gartner, Forrester, Deloitte, all these companies I have researched and came up with saying that, hey, these are the 15 technologies which are going to disrupt the entire processes of the businesses for the next 10 years. So in that, you choose one. I still recommend, guys, right? If you are between, that's what, right? You are a 1 to 5 years experience guy, stick to 1 or 2. If you're 5 to 10 years, right? Your thinking is time. The moment I said 22 years of guy said, I don't want to ask him to start coding, right? Oh, start learning Python. I'll not ask him. Oh, start doing coding. Sit on the system and do all this center. How does he have to do the design thinking, do visualization, do this? No, I'll ask him to understand the process, right? How do you address this process? How do you tell me that 6C fits into that? Today I give an example of like the same what Srini was talking about. I have a furnace problem. I have a steam problem. I have a connected problem. Okay, sit and talk about the 6Cs there. how does entire give a value? My data is coming. How can data be connected? How can data be integrated? How can data be visualized? How can data be give a value to the business? So this is what I recommend to people know this. As I said, right, like your Bible, right? In SAP, right? Because I'm an SAP previous I do all this SAP, right? We have some kind of a like Bible, which we get. This is a flow chart. You put it on your desk, which will talk about this. So something. This is one of the chart which you have to keep it and then keep looking at it. Yeah. Any questions on this slide, guys? Okay, let me move. Anyhow, if you are not able to use your mic, but I still recommend you guys to use the chat window. So no, I'll answer that questions at the end of the session. So please use the chat window also. Again, a beautiful. See, I'm going a flow. It's a very high level, which I'm giving you a perspective, not too detailed. I'm going a flow so that you understand, right, why digital transformation required. How can I implement digital transformation? What are the processes you have to take? What are the roadmap you have? What are the tech stacks you have? And how to address with the use case. So I'm giving a simple flow so that tomorrow you can replicate the same thing in a few sentences. If you're new to this world also, at least you take away the takeaway for this, at least to understand it, why digital transformation or why industry 4.0, why convergence, why it is required. So this is again another beautiful diagram which you are talking about, right? And see, today this is a little bit older slide, but at the end of the day, it's entire the industry 4.0 stack to me, where you have to look at end to end. For example, take the same case for stream finance, or take about any industry perspective, or talk about retail or whatever it is. So I'm giving you examples before also, right? You the any physical, that is the beauty of two guys. Remember that today, if you see the IoT given predicted, there are 20 billion connected things today. At least they're saying that 25 billion connected things will be by 2025. Example. So there is a huge connected. When you say connected, right, it's sensors. So today, if you see down the line 5 years, every mechanical is connected now with the sensors. Like as I said, the chair will sensor. You can track your chair. For example, the simpler, you can track your fan. You can track any asset in the damn world. You can track it. You can track humans also, right? That's what you're trying. The Fitbits are already there. You can track anything in the world. So that's the future. So, but imagine, right? So much of data coming, right? Data gets cheap and data is everywhere. So how do you do that? So that's where it's a 4-step process. I put this: connect the data, push it to edge. It's pure technical, guys. From the edge, whichever you have a critical thing, process at the edge. And this is one of very, very important, very prominent today. If you go and Google it, there are 2 buzzwords in the market today, guys, which are very, very getting popular. One is known as the digital twin. This entire diagram is coming as a digital twin. Guys, so I Google it. This diagram which I'm showing, right, they are coming with a new term known as a digital twin. The same, tier 1, tier 2, tier 1 plus tier 2 plus tier 3 plus tier 4 is digital twin to me. And edges. Why edge computing or edge networks is getting popularity, right? People are saying that, right, there are some critical assets or critical industries which they don't want to expose the data to the outside world. For example, healthcare is very critical. The government data, the utilities data. So these are very critical data, or some critical plants data. You are into pharma and you're doing something on the plant on your industry, which is very in-house. You don't want to expose that data. So in that case, it's very, very important, guys. You have to look at the edge. Edge is very near to the network so that it is not exposed to the cloud, means which is not exposed to the internet world. So, and then once the data is there, some data you can do churn or create whatever alerts at the machine, near to the machine or near to the plant. And then later you can push that to the cloud, which is nothing but you can take 3 types of cloud, like Amazon AWS and Azure, and the third thing is Google. So that's where I can try and see that aspect. So this is one of the scenario you have to look at, guys. So any questions, guys, here in these two diagrams, which I am not going this diagram and the previous diagram, which I was mentioning. Any questions you have? Proceed to the next one. So again, this is one more kind of a, see, these are all the important, very important slides, guys, I have taken from the market. I prepared some and market, and after a lot of research for the last 2 to 3 years, and I have codified these diagrams in a very simplistic way. So each diagram, when you look at that, you can at least talk lengthy and then understand each and every problem. So this is again the convergence approach. As I told from starting, right, guys, if you are learning, if you are from the businesses, if you are from the technology and trying to see a value to the data or value to the business, think about convergence, think about your integrated, don't think about siloed. I still request everyone. That's one of the biggest drawback what people are learning into that. Okay, I will learn machine learning. I will learn some coding. I will try to give that well. So, but no one is really understanding that, hey guys, where the data is coming and where you're passing the data. No one, if I ask you any guy, right, I don't know. The one simple answer they'll give it to you is, hey, I don't know what is this answer. Like, I don't know what about the data. Data is coming. So is it the data is coming from the plant or retail? I don't know. But data is available to me. I'm doing some data analysis. And you know what is the value of the, no, I'm just giving the output because my business guy has given that to me. Example I'm going. So don't do that. Think about an like sword, right? Today you think that where the data is coming, how do I analyze the data, and finally how do you give value to the data. Until and unless you show KPIs to the customer, guys, there is no value of doing the entire process. So that is very important. That's what I given an integrated approach here, right? Where the sensors is IoT, absolutely. Network is communications, and IoT platform is basically today putting as IoT platform, and it has been really evolved into the entire digital twin. As I said, you right now, IoT is termed as digital twin, guys. If you go and see, that's what one of the recommendation is. Digital twin is gaining property as I was mentioning. Digital twin is everywhere now. Future everything. So I was talking few like a few weeks back, right? Somebody is talking about a construction industry, disruption, digital transformation construction industry, which no one has thought about. Everyone is talking about manufacturing. Everyone is talking about energy. Everyone is talking about pharma. Does everyone address in the construction industry, which is a traditional way of doing it? So there, every industry, as I said, you right. Why you should concentrate or learn digital transformation industry 4.0, concentrate on this, right? Definitely next 10 years, the market is for this only, guys. Yes, in that it's up to you which you want to choose it, whether I want to go into technological path. You can take any one of the 15 technologies, but out of the 15 technologies, if you ask me what are the top three, the top three are IoT, Internet of Things, or machine learning or artificial intelligence, or blockchain. These are the only top three technologies which jobs are there available. People there like job description, a digital transformation consultant. In the digital transformation consultant, they may expect all this. And again, cloud is everywhere, right? I don't need to mention cloud, right? Cloud as a technology. Cloud is common to every aspect, right? IoT, if you ask me to IoT, AI, blockchain, and cloud. If you come up with a technology, but as a digital transformation strategist or advisor or a consultant, right? But I request to know all. I request you to know all, because right, you have to give a business problem a strategic value, a holistic view, so that they see a value of the entire business process, the disruption of the business process. So these are the two ways, guys, you have to think in such a way. So any questions, guys, from here, from this diagram, or like up until now? Or if not, I'll proceed. Next slide.
Hello.
Yeah, Kader.
Yeah. Industry 4.4 platform means only IoT, related to only IoT.
No. See, that's where it is used to be a digital transformation. It's synonymous, guys, right? See, when they mention that industry 4.0, they term that, right, it has to be an IoT platform. IoT platform connects end to end to you. People, industry 4.0 is a business, IoT platform is a technology. Okay, so when they put industry 4.0, they assume that, right? For example, you put industry 4.0, if you see the job description of any industry 4.0, they will say that, right, hey, you should be well equipped with Internet of Things, you should be well equipped, worked on at least one of the IoT platforms. So when you say IoT platform, they expect you to know that the aspects of internet, means, for example, the machine learning, artificial intelligence, cloud, visualization. So that is what is entire IoT platform, which is nothing but indirectly is talking about the industry 4.0 platform.
Okay.
So see, as I said, you right, today people are giving you confusion about the jargon. So see, for example, IoT is also termed as industrial Internet of Things. The same industrial Internet of Things is industry 4.0. So because industry 4.0 is initiative done by the Germany, which is the entire European market. The moment it went into the Western world, it becomes an industrial Internet of Things. The same word which came to Indian or Asian market becomes a smart manufacturing. Is the same concept, is same, but they're using in a different way. But today, right now, what exactly happened because of this entire COVID and everything, right? They are making it a synonymous. Okay, let's go with industry 4.0. Let's not confuse people with all these jargons. IoT, this industrial Internet of Things, smart factory, smart factoring, smart industries. So let's go with a real buzzword, which is industry 4.0. So everywhere is talking about retail 4.0. If you go and manufacturing 4.0, or like for energy 4.0, you go anywhere, they're using this word synonymously. So a few in, I guess, like I'll see, like these are the use cases. Now you know, right? You have gone through the flow. If you see the flow, right? Problem statement, and after that you have what are the technologies which are addressed to the problem statement, and what is the roadmap, like which path you have to do, and another thing, finally you have to see the architecture, and finally you have seen a holistically you entire system architecture to you, right? Like if you say that high level architecture or whatever, you can IT architecture, you have seen that. So now we are going to address it. Where can we use this? The industry 4.0, which industries are trying to adopt it? As I said, first is manufacturing. Manufacturing is heavily investing. If you see it, the jobs are for digital transformation manufacturing on. The first industry which is going to hardly hit and looking at this changes is manufacturing. And as I rightly said, Srini was talking about, right? Efficiency, energy, optimization, process, the IT, OT. These are all second industry is mostly into the energy and utility sector, like oil and gas. If you talk about water, gas, electricity, renewable energy, you name it. So these are the second industry. And the third, fourth, and fifth, I termed it as smart city initiative. Governments are driving this rather than individuals, where I want to do a smart transportation, a smart environment, smart homes, or whatever you mentioned. Okay, so few use cases which I thought, right, let me share it with you before we are trying to do that. So like these are the major things which I want to cover you guys in today's session because of the very limited time, because we are just mentioned as 10 to 11. So I have shown you a flow, right? This entire 1 hour session, which I want you to address is right to show you that, right, why you should need, like, because your perspective should change right after this, right? Where you can concentrate it, what technology, I said it, what people, process and technology will be adopted or will be transformed by the digital transformation industry 4.0. Which areas is my focus, at least in the job career perspective, opportunities, where, as I said, the opportunities, guys, today are there in the field of IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, blockchain, technological wise. The other aspects that people look at you, say that, right, when you say this is all technology, they're looking at engineers, IoT engineer, IoT architect, like blockchain engineer, blockchain architect, like that. But in the digital transformation place, they're looking at a digital transformation industry 4.0 strategist level, advisory level, or transformation consultant or transformation strategist. So these are the areas, if you're looking at that, I'm talking more on the process side. And another thing is business and process, and the technology side. These are the roles and responsibilities. Okay, guys, with this, I will take a pause, as I was mentioning about you guys, right? So it's a time bound, which we are mentioning from 10 to 11. And I would request you guys, right? You can have a question and answers. I'll open the floor for question and answers. Any questions, as I said, you right? It doesn't need to be related to the technology at all, guys. It can be any question, personal, professional, or any other questions. It's open forum. You can just ask it out, and we can hear from the other experts. There are a lot of experts in the group also, right? You can hear from me or from the experts also. And that's one of the things today also, right? See, the entire learning curve has changed, guys. I think you should agree to me, right? Because I come from the SAP world 20 years back. I started my career, and I started with an SAP. The way I learned or I was learning was totally different today what I was doing it, right? So today's mentorship played a role, right? Because that's what recommended, right? Every person, whether it's a professional, fresher, student, or experienced, you should have a mentor, so that he can guide you or he can take you which are the technologies I should concentrate. Unlike my past years, I have been SAP and I have never been to a mentor, because I know SAP will rule. So I'm giving you some food for thought, guys. So you can think over it and you can invest your time. I see, as I said, right, invest time wisely. This entire after post-COVID, right, you never know what's going to happen. There is lot of uncertainties. So I strongly recommend, right, and I recommend to fit into this, because you name it, guys, 5G is coming. The moment you seen in India only, right, how the last 2-3 years has entirely internet has transformed it. The users of the internet and the kind of learning, the kind of technology, everything. So to future is all about this technologies only. If you are looking at technologies, and if you are any fresher or whatever, like Python is definitely will rule the world. You should be at Python coding. If you do a coding, right, Python is a must. Okay. So like that, you can just try to see that.
Hello.
Hello. Who is this?
Yeah, hi. This is Pasha, Khadir Pasha.
Yeah, Pasha. Tell me, Pasha.
Yeah, since you're telling about the SAP, because I am also SAP consultant for the last 10 years. So this is my personal question actually.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, please carry on.
Because I started my career in SAP CRM for 7 years. For the last 3 years, I'm working on again S4 HANA, because
Your voice is getting muted, Pasha. I think you got muted. Yeah, Jish was asking a question.
Hello.
Pasha, yeah, you can hear you now. Tell me.
In SAP, which one would be good? Because I am kind of experienced in S4 HANA SD side and CRM side, both.
Pasha,
So
Yeah, I got your question. How are you seeing yourself at least in the next 5 to 10 years, especially in the SAP space? Where should my focus area should be?
Yeah, because I understand the cloud is good, but the thing is that if you talk about the IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, everything, because there is no separate module and these are all technical terminology. That's what I feel, because it's not completely related to my module, but it's available in the cloud technologies. Artificial intelligence also is there, SAP, but thing is that where I have to fit. That's what my concern now.
You're wrong. You have a wrong notion, Pasha, right? Because
Maybe.
also had a different way of naming of the technologies, not in the cloud. So
Mhm.
what they named it as, they named it SAP Intelligent Technologies. Go and Google it, SAP Intelligent Technologies, which is tightly integrated. That's what the next road was. So if you have moved into the ERP market or a CRM market and
Mhm.
moved yourself into the SAP S4 HANA, whether it is SDM, PP, whatever
ESD.
it is,
Yeah.
and the next road path to get digitalized or digitally transformed into the existing ERP world or in existing whatever world SAP world, you have to work on the SAP. These are all known technologies which I told you. They are coming as an SAP intelligent technologies
Mhm.
powered by SAP Leonardo. So these are the two words, buzzwords. You go and Google it. SAP intelligent technologies powered by SAP Leonardo.
Okay.
So that is the answer for you.
Yeah, I will check it. Thank you.
Yeah. And Jace was asking me a question, right? Which technologies which will flourish in the next 15 years, right? 10 to 15 years. See, the answer to this question, guys, Jash, is, as I said, you right. Either it should be Industry 4.0 technology. You should transform yourself into these guys, right? See, that's what, if you ask me any other ERP, right? You have role, right? You have to become a software engineer, senior software engineer, and then lead, so and so. So the same path will be happening. So, but tomorrow, though you started with one of the technological perspective, at the end your career path, right, you should be working on Industry 4.0 technologies. That's what people will look into it. Hey, I need an Industry 4.0 consultant. I need a digital transformation consultant, or whatever it is, right? In that, these technologies will come, because they may say that, right? Oh, I need these guys, this. So definitely your focus should be on the digital transformation Industry 4.0 to start with, if you are a senior guy. But if you are a fresher, I'm talking about between 1 to 5 years, right? I will not at all touch what is a digital, you should know it, but I directly jump and say that, oh, you become machine learning engineer, or you start with career with a technology or whatever it is, if you're a techie guy. But if you are from the business, I want to be business guy, I'm an MBA business analyst, right? So you try to look on the digital transformation business analyst. That's where most of the business processes, most will be looking at it, the kind of roles. But for your answer, in the next 10 to 15 years, these technologies will rule. I can give you the 200. Go and do a research, anything. Any research is talking about, right? 2025, that, right? These technologies will rule the entire market, all businesses, not one businesses, all businesses. It will be disrupted. Every business will be disrupted by these technologies. So guys, any more questions before we wind up for today?
Vijay, do you have any plan to,
Yeah, sorry.
conduct, future sessions on this topic?
Yes, Vishwa, I'm planning to give
Devakish,
some webinars, sir, because this is one of the questions that people are asking for the last 3-4 months, kind of a thing. Yes, is absolutely saying that right here we are talking about the high level. Can we have at least a 30 minutes or a 1 hour session on each topic, right? For example, how IoT is going to get disrupted. Yes, I'm something as planning for the September month, Vishwa. So I'll just post it on the meetup shortly. How, because right, how this T15, because I know right now you high level technology, but people might want to know that, hey, what is in IoT, right? How it, like, if you little, not too high level, but little bit high level to me, right? But where we can just dig and deep dive on these technologies and take it to the next level.
Sorry, Vijay. Actually, yeah, the question is asked by someone else. This is Vishwa. Yeah, Vijay. Actually, I'm keenly following you since the last couple of 6 months, almost 8 months, all your seminars. So the thing is that, could you make any special presentation on blockchain and how it will be applied for industrial automation area? Actually, yeah, I'm in the industrial automation for the last 22, 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just from nuts and bolts. So from assembly language to work for the high-end cloud, machine learning. And means I'm getting the knowledge on machine learning, but I didn't get the opportunity. And that's the one question is that how really still I'm not very clear how the blockchain is applied. Basically, I'm not aware of anything on blockchain and how it will be applied for the industrial automation area. That is the one question. And for the IoT area, Azure having some certificate examination, AZ 220.
Yes.
Is it a real benefit for any consultants? Actually, I'm looking for like a consultant like work. Basically, because you said that you are also working for a consultant, right? For the
Yes.
IoT area. So how you are getting, means this kind of, how can we grow in this? Because in India, we have a job-based work will be there.
See, Vishwa, right, to answer your question, right, as of now, right, as being into the market, right, I don't recommend to fix yourself and then try to say that, right, I'm Microsoft, because then different industry, different cloud platforms, cloud platforms has different perspective with different, like, for example, enterprises are well adopted by, for example, on the Microsoft example I'm giving. Retail is going well with, for example, with AWS example, like, and also for Google kind of a thing, right? They're saying both consumer, which is a retail, which is, and then, and there's a business, B2B and B2C.
Yes, yeah.
You never know, right? Which you get, like today you become yourself as a Microsoft consultant or certified consultant. Tomorrow somebody comes from Google, I am implementing Google, right? So what do? So you are a Microsoft guy. So I don't tell myself.
People are preferring Google because the machine learning algorithms are pretty good. Yeah.
Yes, with the Google Colab, with the flexibility, with the kind of research you're trying, that Google is driving more into the space at this point of time. Google is investing a lot into saying everything. Most of the things are free. Like Google Colab, you can train, you can do whatever you want to do. They're giving GPUs free of cost, and then clients are really seeing that, oh, okay, why do I need to invest on Microsoft, or why do I invest on AWS where I have to pay? Here, Google is giving me free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So same thing is happens, right? Same thing with the kind of a blockchain also, right? Today, blockchain is not confined to one domain, like one cloud domain, like whether it's an AWS or Azure order, because today is outside market. Like today is an open live, like I'm talking about open source. Most of the things are open. So they're permission are private blockchains, but it all depends on the industry and which industry you're addressing it. So yeah, Vishwa, I'll take a note of it. Absolutely. That's what my agenda. That's what I know, right? From the people are asking that, right? Yes, every time we are talking about some are the other, right? But can we have a detailed sessions like how IoT is going to disrupt industry, for example, right? In automation, how IoT will disrupt industry automation. How I would, like, for example, how machine learning and implemented in different industries. I'll not use industry 4.0 because it can be anywhere. And blockchain. So like that, right? AR, VR. So I'm planning to come some sessions, right? Because at least 15, not all technologies, but at least the high relevant technologies which are required in the market.
Right, perfectly. Makes sense. Debashish here again, Vijay. So the plan is, as you know, myself is senior in technology, Vishwa is senior in technology. Maybe we can also share some of the session, we can share some technology things and can share with everyone. So that also maybe, good sense. So, I mean, I think this is a good platform where we can, also participate other than, I mean, definitely we're looking for a, long-term development.
No, absolutely. That's what is the collaboration, right? Collaboration and networking is the today's market, because no one in the whole world or in the market, right, make yourself say that I'm experts in all. I can also say that, right? Hey, these technologies, I'm expert in this tick. Right? Everyone has experts and you have to collaborate with them.
Correct. Yeah, Vijay Srini here.
Ashwini, yeah.
And yeah, so I think I think the session was good, and my feedback is, yes, I have implemented some of the projects, so I can I also belong to the industrial automation, so I can bring in and then maybe do a session for track and trace, which
Okay.
did. So since we are all coming from diverse industries, right? We can take an example of what we have done in the digitization in our own, sectors, and we can share that experience. Actually, that will be very good.
Yes, absolutely. Srini, I think I recommend something here, right? Debashish, Srini, and Vishwa. I don't know other people, right, who wants to be collaborated, because definitely that's what one of in my mind, right, which I'm planning to postpone, but I think this is the right time, and I keep coming questions like this, right? So definitely I'll plan something from September 1st, right? At least like fill our calendar at least for the next 2 months, kind of, try to address it. Every time talking me doesn't make any sense. Like experts, like somebody has already done it, right? Let them come on the board, right? Maybe they can give us 20 minutes or 15 minutes of their knowledge or how they implemented it. Absolutely, in this entire track and trace is absolutely one of the good initiative in the market, right? Definitely, a good potential is there. So somebody, Debashis, can come as experiences like digital transformation, and Vishwa can give us like, for example, an IoT in industrial automation or blockchain industrial automation, whatever. Like whatever is relevant, which I've already done it, right? And again, it's not limited to 3 people, right? Everyone in this is open, right? Come up and then share the platform with me, and then try to share knowledge. It's because it's a sharing knowledge platform. That's it.
Yeah, thank you. It was an excellent session, Vijay.
Yeah, absolutely. So I recommend that, right? Because I know, right? Because it's like a lot of people. What I suggest, guys, right? At least I'll give you my number, WhatsApp number, Debashish and Srini and Vishwa. So let's
Please.
exchange messages there, and whatever I'll plan accordingly, right? For example, based on that, right? For example, I'm coming in IoT. Oh, I'll see that hey, Debashish is the right person. We together can come up and then try to address it, like Srini and Vishwa, right? So please.
Right. Yes.
Do message me so that we can have that communication and then post it to the group.
Yeah, maybe we can. Vijay, you can create a group on this, and we'll add up to the group. And you
Okay.
please, I mean, ping your number in the this session.
I'll do that, right? I'm using my chat window, guys. Like just others. Sorry, say as I saying that, right? Others also is absolutely fine. Like I know, right? Pasha is talking about it. He's having 10 years of experience in SAP S4 HANA. That's one of the very good initiative platform, right? If Pasha can come up and say that, right, hey, how SAP S4 HANA is going to change the lives of the people who are like, because there are thousands and thousands of SAP people under dilemma now. I don't know what to do in future, because SAP S4 HANA roadmap is a little bit tedious process. If Pasha can come up and talk saying that, hey, I have implemented this year and I can see a very good potential growth in the, I'm happy, right? Let's share the platform.
Yeah,
Because
sure, definitely.
yeah, because everyone has a different perspective. Today I see a very diversified group, right? It's very happy to see that, right? And people are coming forward and trying to use this platform and then try to share knowledge. Absolutely, let's come, and definitely it will help definitely to the others also.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm just sharing my number here. Please, you do please do a WhatsApp to me. What I'll try to do is I'll communicate, and then I know, right? In the next week, I'm trying to formulate some plan for at least these technologies, right, and the topic, and then definitely I'll add who can be right fit into that perspective, and then we can share the platform. Like maybe 1 hour, right? Maybe I can talk for the minutes, and then we can take the platform. You can speak your use case, your problem, or your development there, and then we can continue there. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Once
you,
again,
Vijay.
keep safe,
Thank you,
and
Srini,
then
Vishwa, and everyone.
yes, everyone.
Yeah.
Right, happy to connect with all you guys.
Same to you. Same to you. It was
Thanks, Vijay.
excellent.
Thanks, Vijay.
Thanks, Mo.
Yeah, even last sessions also very nice, exciting. On talking on the latest technologies like digital twins, I attended last 1 month back on the digital twin and those.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you, Ashwin.
Yeah.
sorry,
Thank
sorry,
you. Thank you.
I missed the last one. So at least this one will be recording. We can watch again. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'll do
Thank
that.
you.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, if I have it, okay. Yeah.